One of the true issues that a lot of people have, of course, with the former royals known as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, is their incessant lies. They're just everywhere. Meghan's secret wedding, right? Suddenly we had all of her medical conditions earlier this year when she suddenly decided to reveal all while sitting down for those infamous and failing podcasts. But can one really be any bigger than this recent one that Prince Harry decided to share with the rest of the world? And remember, this is always Harry having to take the mantle of an apology. It never comes from Markle. You'll notice that. As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, good to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to join me. Hope you're keeping well, whatever you're doing. If you've not got a cold yet, you're very lucky. I like to share these things with you. You think you're on the borderline, don't you? I've had a couple of spoonfuls of whiskey. As you know, that's my great thing. I sort of think it can cure all last thing. And tell me what your sort of cold trick is. I do think it helps. Can't stand whiskey, and I don't mean that awfully to the Scots because I know you make terrific whiskey. I think it's bearable with sort of a tonic, or not tonic, but the Canada Dry stuff like that. But just as a drink, burns right through you, but it certainly clears the air pipes. You make terrific whiskey, Scotland, whatever you do. And suddenly in the morning, even though I'm a little bit tipsy because I don't drink, finally it appears to have worked. Somebody many might say who's a little bit tipsy with the truth is none other than this royal, the former royal known as Prince Harry. Now, as you know, Prince Harry recently, he got booed on a terrific level while appearing in the most luxurious seats in the Dodgers game. These seats are worth thousands and thousands of pounds. A big event. It's loved, of course, by all of America and many more people now across Europe, in fact. I've worked on a few games, interviewing people and stuff like that, and it's gaining momentum, as is football around the world. It's nice that we're all so inclusive. But what was interesting was the fact that, as I pointed out, basically, Meghan Markle was told by Harry, oh no, they weren't booing us, they were booing you. Quite frankly, that's the point. It was there to see. They said your names, people booed. Now, the biggest problem that they had, Harry and Meghan, was the fact, of course, that if you remember, there she was very happy to promote the Dodgers, having a sort of hot dog or burger with the Dodgers sign right next to her, and he was more than happy to don all of that equipment, right? The baseball hat, everything like that, wanted to be seen walking past the branding. Now, and let's not forget this, of course, Meghan Markle did not want to wear any of the official branding earlier this year out in Canada for the Invictus Games. She was trying to show off her designer wardrobe and what she might get from that. You can dress it up any way you want, but that is factual, right? Never did she put on a sweatshirt, hold an Invictus smoke. There was nothing to help that particular cause. But don't forget, Harry and Meghan are all about charity. Suddenly now he's back in Canada for the Remembrance Service, and he's trying to right the wrongs. He goes on camera and basically says this.
Last weekend, getting in the hot
LA
water.
Dodgers Hatgate. Well, firstly, I would like to apologise to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes. But the other piece to this was, as you could probably relate, when you're missing a lot of hair on top and you're sitting under floodlights, you'll take any hat that's available. So, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, I was Blue Jays throughout. Now that I've admitted that, it's going to be really hard for me to return back to Los Angeles. But no, I'm very sorry to the Canadian public. Devastated that the Blue Jays lost, but go Jays.
And then, of course, we're supposed to believe that, he took the hat because he's got a bald head now and there's a lot of lights, and when you haven't got a lot of hair, well, that's the right. Absolute 100% pack of lies. The bottom line is that Harry and Meghan were given these seats on the proviso that they wore the merchandise. And worse than that, and I think this is the biggest problem, is that they then he tries to blame Magic Johnson. I met Magic, nice guy, in fact. Nice to see you, Magic. I hope you're watching. The thing is, lovely guy. Now, why blame him? They were clearly told, as they were with Disney, when they went over there, you have to don the Disney ears, the Mickey Mouse ears, if you want this freebie. That's how freebies work. And so consequently, Harry, once again, alongside Meghan Markle, refusing to admit any of their own feelings. No, it's you. You're wrong, because Harry basically suddenly didn't want to have his bald head on display. But consequently, as I often say, Meghan Markle will never ever say sorry, always sends out the lapdog to do it for her. But as for Harry doing this, if you are watching in Canada or anywhere in the Commonwealth, or indeed around the world, just take note. Basically, he's lying right to your face. It is a developing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of the United Kingdom.